Thanks for staying with us. We have a question here, and we would like honest answers. We're expecting many men to call in and tell us what they think about this question. Do men forgive cheating? We saw this question online, and we'd like our viewers to call in and tell us what they think. But where we saw this, somebody responded to the question. He said there are two possible outcomes when a man forgives you for cheating. One, genuine forgiveness, conditional on secrecy, as long as no one else except the three of you know about it. Then you can be forgiven. Two, fake forgiveness, because he wants to make your life a living hell. You are about to be manipulated, gaslit, made to feel like nothing. You are about to be broken piece by piece. And then there were thousands of comments under the post, some agreeing for and against. Men actually forgive, men don't forgive. Men forgive in secret, men don't forgive. A lot of men are living with women who have cheated on them. They are just not making noise about it. No, I cannot. Then it got so bad, some were processing. So when I'm now looking at her and I'm kissing her and I'm thinking, is that how they kissed you? I'm processing. Is this how you were giving soundtrack, and all of that? But you can join the conversation and call us on 081-270-53687 or 091-390-76948 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourView TVC. So, ladies and mental gens, do men forgive cheating?
If we go by what we hear and what we've seen and how many casualties have happened as a result of women cheating on their spouses or partners, I would say I don't think men actually forgive. So maybe in the cases that they forgive, we don't know that it has happened. So if we see a couple just living their lives and cheating happens, you don't know. Only they know, and God and whoever it is that was involved. But for many of the other ones that once it comes out to the public, we'll see sometimes there's even like a period where it seems, they're working out, but a little bit down in the future, down the road, everybody goes their separate ways. And you hear stories of, I just couldn't live with it. I tried, but I just couldn't. And many men as well would say they are unable to take away the image of, her being involved with anyone else. So I think that it's harder for men to forgive. But I also think it's also conditioning, social conditioning. And I feel that if a woman can forgive, because it's the same hurt, it's the same visualization of what you may have done or may have, in the woman's mind as well. So a man should be able to do it, especially when you know that especially when the person is remorseful and has shown steps, to take, the person is taking steps to show that what I've done, I regret, and this would never happen again. It just seems to me that men may find it harder, to forgive. Yeah.
Ramatu, what do you think?
Yeah, for me, what I think is that I think men find it hard to forgive cheating, and it's because of the society where we belong. Because the society has made it like, it's okay for a man to cheat, but it's not okay for a woman to cheat. This has further made it look like women don't have feelings, or they don't even get attracted to the opposite sex. And it's only men that get attracted and they get away with it and all. And I think the reason why for women cheating is really not good, because you can get pregnant and then you can carry that child and put on your spouse, and that's one of the reasons why some men don't forgive. I know of a story. Most times there's a guy I've asked before, and I was like, if your wife cheats on you, what will you do? That first of all, he's going to ask her that what's the difference between him and that guy? Why did she decide to cheat? Is it that the guy is richer than him? Is he giving you more money, or is he doing better than him in the other room or something? He will ask her, and then he will see what he will try and adjust. But then that what he's going to do is that he's not going to talk to her for some time. Like you give her maybe a break of 3 months or 6 months, but nothing's going to happen to their relationship, and they will bounce back. Because he said he himself is not a saint, so he cannot impose and put that on another lady. So he's not going to do that. Then there's another incident I read it somewhere of the wife cheated. The husband came and he caught them. What he did, the normal thing. You know how they will say, you as a woman, if you catch your husband cheating, you can't meet the girl. This one, when he came, he did not touch his wife. What he did was he beat the guy up, blue black. He beat him up. After beating him up and everything. In fact, they came and they, snatched the guy from him. He went home. He said they said for like 6 months he did not say a word to her.
The lady, oh
She was in the house.
Goodness.
Everything, he goes to work, you come back, nothing. He didn't say anything to her. He did not divorce her. He did not. By herself, she started using her mouth. She started going around to tell his friends,
people, oh.
look, this is what I did to him. Please help me beg him. God, this is what I did to him. This one, like that. And that was how she went, met his parents, the same thing. Started reporting herself by herself. He didn't say anything. He just kept quiet. And then after a while, he came and he told her that it's hard to forgive her. It's going to take time for him to forgive her. But he's not going to do anything about it, just like the other person said. And that it's going to just take time, and she has to just be patient for him to grow out of it.
Hey.
So that they've been together.
How many years did it take?
It took like 2 years
Jeez.
before he finally came out and he forgave her, and they continued and all of that. But every single time, once trust is broken,
it's difficult.
Very hard, and it's on both sides. So I don't think cheating is even okay on both sides.
Or it's forgivable on both sides.
It's forgivable on both sides.
Hi, Amaka Orakwe.
Yeah, so I think it's a societal thing. I know a man's ego is so fragile, right? Whereby we live in a patriarchy, system where people feel like it's okay for a woman to take something and then a guy can take it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way when it comes to emotions, when it comes to feelings. Do you understand? And for men, I think it also has to do with maturity, level of maturity when it comes to forgiveness and cheating. Level of maturity. Why am I saying this? You find out that a more mature person, a mature man, would actually want to find out that men cheat randomly because they just want to peer pressure, they just want to try themselves or whatever. But for a woman, women are more conservative. For a woman to cheat, the emotions are attached. So if you're dealing with a mature man, then he wants to find out why exactly is this woman doing the stepping out, because he understands that women don't just, I'm not talking for they have exceptions to the rules, but women generally are more conservative. They don't just step out. So for a woman to be stepping out, there's a fundamental issue. So he's more geared towards trying to find out what's going on fundamentally. How do we solve this? Is this something we can replace? Do you have emotional attachment to that other guy so that we know that this marriage is over or this relationship is over? So because I know somebody that, her husband doesn't live, they don't live in the same country, and then the guy was busy doing his own games and doing his own moves and unconsciously neglecting her. And over time, she stepped out. And he came to the man's, in fact, the people that even brought it to the man's notice was even her family members, because everybody felt that it was not getting out of hand, right? And he was even invited. And then what he said and how he handled that process really taught me a lot, because he's a much older guy. And he took accountability and responsibility for his own actions that would have led her to step up, because fundamentally he even said that he knows she's a good woman, she's this and that, and he understands that if he's not performing his conjugal rights or his duties,
she will have needs,
and that happened and everything. But his main anger with her, or not really anger, was the fact that, but you should have protected yourself more. Now why should you even allow them catch you, or that your family will get involved? He was more concerned about that, as a public image. But still, saying though, he gathered her and covered her and started doing better. So like I said, maturity plays a role where a man, first of all, takes accountability for his own actions that will have led to that. But in a situation where there are women that just like to go and knock and do anything or whatever. Yeah, that's the truth. You understand? So we're not talking about those kind of people.
We're talking about normal people who fall into it once in a while, right?
Yeah.
So we have a call on the line. Anolua from Jos. Good morning, Anolua.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, my name is Anil, and I'm calling from Jos.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes, ma'am. According to your topic, is it okay for a man to cheat? Right?
For a man to forgive cheating. Do men forgive cheating?
Okay, for a man to forgive cheating.
Yeah.
Yes, a man cannot forgive cheating. As far as I'm concerned, and my society is also concerned, a man cannot forgive the woman that cheated on him.
Okay, why?
You understand? Okay, first of all, that will make you to raise up a child that is not yours.
What if she doesn't get pregnant? Leave the child out of it now.
Okay, even if she don't get pregnant, but we know that it hardly a woman cannot get pregnant without a man sleeping with her. We all know that, right?
I didn't get that. Did you ask the
That is the
question?
main reason. And second, you said?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. And the second thing is that as a man, the ego that you have, it has already been diminished when anyone sleeps with your wife outside.
Ego. Okay.
So that person.
Okay, that's why it's difficult for men to cheat, to forgive cheating. So may I understand that men have ego? That's like an ego hit. But I'm wondering in my head, is it that women do not have ego as well?
Thank you.
Because I know women have ego, and when you find out that your spouse, your husband, is cheating, it activates your insecurities, which I know it does for men too. And you're asking yourself, is it that I'm not beautiful enough? Is it that I am not good enough in bed? Is it that I don't know how to cook? What's about her that I don't have? What does she have that I don't have? Is she prettier than me? What's the attraction? You know, and that activates a lot of insecurities for women. But I like how you people started the conversation saying it's social conditioning. Yeah. Because over the years, it's been said that men are naturally polygamous. It's their thing to want to have more than one. It's been normalized in the society. And a woman who has needs to also have more than one is not heard of. You are not even supposed to have such needs in the first place. It's suppressed, it's not mentioned. But if you take it to other African climes where women are allowed to marry more than one husband, there are traditional African countries where women marry, you can have as much as 3, as much as 4. And all of them are taking care of you. They stay in their huts, they come, and just the way it happens here where a man is allowed to marry. The forgiveness of cheating will not be the same as we have here where all our men, because if you read the comments under that post, people were vexing. For what? Never. I cannot take it. So I'll not be imagining, I'll not be envisioning. Did you shout? Did you scream? Did you moan? Did you do this? Did you do that? You carried yourself to the person's house. Did you shave before going? It was the way they dissected the matter. So I just think that we are all humans. And what is good for the goose is good for the gander. And a lot of women have developed diseases, developed high blood pressure, just for the sake of the fact that their husband is cheating. Even though they stay in the marriage and try to move on from it, they haven't forgotten. They haven't, you hear grandmothers give you gist of, when your grandfather was doing this to me, I'll go to my room, I will cry, I'll call my mother, I'll call my father, they'll say, stay there. That's marriage. That's how it is. You are the one, the keeper of the home. Just manage it. So should we start having a conversation for these men to understand that it's the same thing? Exactly. Just the way you are not able to forgive when your woman cheats, is the way she also not able to forgive when you cheat. But society makes it seem like it's not enough for you to leave the marriage. It's not enough for you to pack up and say you're not doing anymore. It's a man's world. Should we start having that conversation that it's the same feeling for both male and female?
I think the men know that it's exactly the same
feeling.
So. They know.
No,
but they're hiding under
society tells them that this is
you're hiding under societal encouragement. You know, if I can put it that way, where you know that somehow society will back you up. It's like you have a big brother in society. If it comes to me, when I do something, nothing bad is going to happen to me. Men are aware of it, you know. I know someone that says to me that, when he was growing up and people used to come to his father, you know, to complain about either issues in their marriage, he always noticed that the men were given a pass, whereas the women were always blamed for it or asked to forgive and asked to stay. And he knew as a young man that, this man thing that we're doing, I'm covered, you know, because he understands that society gives them a pass. So they know. I think, and the conversations that we're having now, conversations that have always happened, what we will encourage really now is more men, when they sit down, to be honest with themselves and understand that this is exactly, if I feel this way, then I can't imagine how she's feeling, you know. And then if you're honest with that, if you're willing to take accountability, then one thing with doing that is, then you don't even think it's your right to cheat. Because what happens with saying, I can't take it, you can, this is a man thing, you're not, you then don't feel guilty, or you don't think there's anything wrong when you do cheat, because really it's my right to. But when you now recognize that there are consequences to this, there are hurt feelings that would last sometimes a lifetime. This is something that I feel so bad, I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of it. If you recognize that for yourself and recognize that for the woman, then you'll be more careful how you carry yourself in the future and not find yourself in situations where it's just available. Because there's some people, when you ask them, why did you cheat? It's not because the person is prettier, more intelligent, or, gives you business or anything, or has more money. It's usually not that. It's maybe it was available.
Yeah.
It's just there. She liked me, she sent me a text, and she wanted, and I was there, and I was, because there are no consequences really for my own behavior. So it's really about being honest, taking accountability, and that will bring maturity, and then maybe,
Yeah, so let's take this call, then I'll come to you, Amaka. We have Paul from Ikoyi. Good morning, Paul. Oh, sorry, we lost that. So
generally, cheating should not be excused, right? Regardless of what is going to make you cheat or whatever. I believe in communication, in the sense that if you're not getting what you're supposed to get from your partner, sit the person down and say, I'm not getting this from you, and because I'm not getting this from you and I have certain needs, it will push me to do this. Like, you tell the person straight up, do you understand? And because where cheating is a problem is because it's the secrecy and catching.
And the trust.
And that's why you find so many couples that are in open...
Let me pause you, Amaka. Paul has called back. Good morning, Paul. Are you there? Mr. Paul, are you there?
I'm there. I'm here.
Good morning. You're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I want to contribute to your topic.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm there. Good morning. Yeah, I want to contribute to your topic. Now, let's look at it from the Bible angle. Now, man can marry more than a wife. Woman is not allowed to marry more than a wife, or more than a husband. Understand? Now, if a cheating woman is cheating on his husband, the woman can love that person is cheating with than her husband. But if a man is having extramarital affair, the man can never love that woman.
Oga Paul.
Yes, can never. Yes, of course.
Are you in this country? You know the system?
Say what?
Okay. Finish your thoughts.
Yeah. Yes,
Go ahead.
The man can never love that woman than his own wife. Do you understand? So it is not easy for a man to forgive a cheating wife. But according to what you said, it takes a matured man to forgive a cheating wife.
Are you a matured man, Mr. Paul?
Yes, of course.
Will you forgive if your wife cheats on you?
Yes, it depends on the circumstances.
Okay. There's a clause here now. So what sort of circumstance will make you forgive?
Yeah, if he did it by mistake, do understand. But if the person that is doing it regularly, there is no way I can forgive her again.
Oh, if she has been going back to back.
The woman can kill me. Because if she loves that person more than me, she will look for every means to terminate me so that she will continue the relationship with the man. You understand? That is it.
Wow. Mr. Paul, hang on. No, Miriam has a question.
No. I think he has even answered it, because I was going to say, if she's cheating, if he's afraid that the person falls in love, she may fall in love with the person for her to keep cheating. As a men cheat with someone and they go ahead and they marry that person and they do all these things with that person. So they fall in love. They are allowed to fall in love. with the person,
person.
and these are the same men that say when they cheat, there's no
Emotional connection.
emotion.
No, I don't
So
believe
which
that.
one is
It's
it?
like in marriage.
But let's take a short break. When we come back, we continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.